In the northeast of the upper town, there is the City Museum. It is located in what used to be the monastery of the Sisters of St. Clair. This year, the museum is celebrating its centennial. We're talking to Branko Beštek, the museum secretary. The museum was founded by the Society of the Brothers of the Croatian Dragon. It is probably the best designed museum in Zagreb. In 2000, we were selected among the 10 best museums in the world. The lobby used to be the monastery dining hall. This public well stood here long before the monastery. The museum encompasses the premises of the monastery, which was built on even older walls. Next to the museum playroom, there is one of the oldest walls in Zagreb. Throughout Zagreb, there are the scattered remains of civilization from Roman and more ancient times. But you can see them only if you delve deep. The archaeologist digging in the former monastery basement made an unexpected discovery. It is described by the senior curator, Boris Masic. This is a metal workshop from the later Iron Age. The workshop originates from the 1st century BC. Inside, there is a preserved section of the dirt floor. There is also a furnace and chimney for melting bronze. These are the original parts of the rampart from 679, when the Croats arrived in the region. The archaeological finds are presented on the very spot where they were found. We were lucky to find the oldest remains of our city precisely in the museum that presents its history. I personally prefer one small idol. It was one of the gods that protected the household. We here nicknamed it Teddy Bear. But other finds under the museum are even older than the Celtic workshop. In the early 7th century before Christ, at the beginning of what is called the Halstic culture of the early Iron Age, a settlement was built here. The houses of that time were built of intertwined branches covered with clay. They had floors made from pebbles, parts of clothing, pearls, bracelets, and brooches. Remains of weights for fishing nets, various ceramic bowls for food, ceramic weights for looms and parts of spindles. These films show archaeological excavations in the museum, which lasted from 1991 to 1995. All this reveals the household traditions of the old inhabitants. The rampart was made of sorted pieces of wood, separated by branches, and everything was stuffed with pressed clay. Then the rampart would be covered with firewood and burned. It would make it harder and more resilient to all weathers. The entire museum has traces of archaeological remains marked with a special gray legend. The outer wall has been purposefully defaced to reveal the building's older layers. We joke that people who made the facade did not have enough color. In fact, we left the wall as it used to be. Even if you don't intend to visit the museum, you could come to the promenade to enjoy the view. On the same spot, almost 300 years ago, stood the first inhabitants of Zagreb and gazed at the pristine wooded hills.